Yeah, yo. Woke up in the morning and to God be the glory. Thankful for another day to tell my story. Put my opinions in the universe and let them orbit. I'm from the dirty south with a dirty mouth, might need orbit. Miss things on me like a nigga Norbit. Had to refuse them cause my bitch no Resfusion, she gorgeous. As I dap my sons up and kiss my daughter forehead. Tell them we gon' get this money till my pockets morbid. Remember living in apartments, now we playing mortgage.
Yeah, did you grew up, but you Haitian American. You grew up in America?
Up here. I grew up here. I was born, raised, everything here.
First gen?
Yes.
Yeah. Where you grew up at?
Brooklyn, raised in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you from Elizabeth? Oh, who? Why say it like I know them? Oh.
You probably know they can folk though.
Huh? Oh, where they from? Jefferson Ave? Yeah, ask. It gotta be Jefferson Ave. So we were like purposely kind of segregated growing up, but it was by choice. So all the Haitians lived on Jefferson Ave. Yeah.
Where you lived at in Brooklyn?
Flatbush, New York Avenue.
Of course.
And then our school, we went to PS 181, and it had asbestos, so it closed, and they had us do Boys and Girl Scouts. Yeah. We did it for like a month, and you coming home at 12 o'clock. My parents is like, well, what's your homework? I'm like, I built a fire in the back.
You feel me?
Yeah. So then we came home one day, and they were like, yeah, we're moving. So they purposely bought a house in Jersey because of the school system and everything that was happening. So they moved us to Jersey before the even house closed. All they needed was the address. And the next day we woke up at like 5 a.m. They were like, get up. And they were taking us to school in Jersey.
That's crazy. So then it just made more sense to move to Jersey.
I mean, they were closing on the house. They were like, at this point, we gotta figure something out because y'all not doing Boys and Girl Scouts till 12:30.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That's an early day too. That's like, damn.
Yeah, like you get out, you're still full of energy coming home. They're like, yeah, no.
I did Boy Scouts for like 3 months. It was lit, but
why 90 days?
It was just I got booked because it's one of them things like we was fresh in, so it's like they had all the shit going. We did like the little roller derby car, we did the outdoor stuff. We went on a camping trip, and then after that it just became boring, like tying knots and shit. I was like,
oh, just regular maintenance, regular just everyday stuff.
Yeah,
you're like,
and
I'm good.
But when I first started, it was like all these activities back to back, and my dad was like, yeah, that's not how it goes. Like he said, you just came in at the right time. I was like, yeah. I'm cool. I just go back to playing baseball. I'm straight on this. But yeah, it was cool while it lasted. Like I like the camping and all that.
Yeah.
It was cool. It's like a bonding thing for me and my pops.
Yeah.
He ain't really rock with it too much.
No, I liked it. I mean, I liked it a lot, and I would come home and like show my parents, but they were like, yeah, they Asian. They looking like, this is not math homework.
Yeah,
like,
we looking for education.
Yeah, they're like, you building campfires. Like, this has nothing to do with
in New York
math. Yeah, they're like, this has
the great outdoors in New York.
Like nothing to do with anything. But I'd be like, look in the backyard. I built a fire. My mom'd be like, yeah, we don't care. Yeah,
man. My little sister stuck with it, like with the Girl Scout thing. So. Mm-hmm. But then, like, it was like low-key get a little jealous because, like, she started getting mad pins and, like...
all the patches.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I should have stuck with this. But, nah.
On your true Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have.
I was all baseball, though. I love baseball.
Do you still play?
Nah, I'll go to the batting cage every now and then, though. It's pretty fun.
Okay. So my nephew's really good in like, baseball. So I'll sign up when they do, like, the celebrity games. So I'll always sign up for the celebrity games. I'll do the Juneteenth when LeBron and them used to do it for his platform. And then the Dodgers will have one because you get all this, I don't know how to play, but you get all this equipment. That's so amazing.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, and then that, I'd pass on to my nephew. Sure. And we wear the same size, so his mom would be so happy. I'm like, Twy, I got a bag.
yeah. And like baseball equipment, it's becoming an equipment sport where it's like super expensive.
I did not realize, no. That is a very wealthy sport. Like baseball is a very wealthy sport. The type of equipment, dues, you got to take your kids to certain things, like practices, away games, like to a point. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm not even the parent. I'm not the parent. And honestly, I just like, oh, this is a lot.
Yeah, people wonder why like there's not as many black people playing in America. It's like it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And then it used to be though, when I was a kid, it was like relatively cheap.
Yeah.
Like bats was like $60. Bats now they be like $250, $300. They be crazy.
It's totally different now. But like the one thing I am really happy about is like I don't necessarily have kids, but I want to be a community, which I continue to be for like my friends who have kids for that exact reason. So if it ever gets to a point where he's like, this bat is $200 something, it's like, okay, I can get it, as opposed to I'll get it as opposed to bothering your mom. Right. So I'll sign up to play in the baseball game if I could get all of the equipment and all of the things to cut her a break for, to cut her a break for some time.
That's real.
Yeah.
You say you like the rich auntie?
Yeah, the one you can ask for, auntie, I like to say.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely going to say yes.
A brief introduction. You are the architect.
Hi, y'all.
This is Karen Civil.
Hi.
If you don't know, now you know. I think the most interesting thing when you go do your notes and you want to see like what is the thing that said? It says American digital marketing maven.
Yeah.
I said, shit. Yeah, they don't just toss maven around like that.
Yeah.
But I think initially in your position, you're known for like who you represent. You're known for the talent that you work for. You're known for like your skill set being applied to talent.
Yeah.
But how does your story start before the people you're connected to?
Oh, so I was a Backstreet Boy fan, right? And I know that's so different being a girl in Jersey, but at the time when you had your AOL disc and you're on the internet, I am talking to people all across the globe, all across the US, who I had things in common with. And at the time, I remember my brother came home with this Teen People magazine, and me and my mom shared a bathroom. And she used to listen to 106.7, and they used to continuously play the song, I'll Never Break Your Heart, which made me like, who is this group? Mm-hmm. And then figuring out who they were, my brother gave me the magazine, and then from there, the AOL disc, it kind of was history for me, where I was like, I love the fact that I can communicate and find things in common with people who may not necessarily look like me, but we have this connection, which is this group. So it really started there. I started a fan site in like 1997. That's how old. So it's like I started a fan site there, and it really just started from there. Just the love of the music, being on the internet. I came across The Apprentice. This was at the time where Donald Trump was loved, like revered by all of America for The Apprentice.
Right.
So at the time, Angie Martinez had a contest called The Apprentice. It was part 2. The first season, she picked a gentleman by the name of Mike, so she was doing season 2. I wrote a heartfelt message, and I had to get off the computer because, dial up. In case she called, I was like, let me do a little looking around. And then maybe like 30 minutes later, her intern Mike called and was like, yeah, she likes you. If we can have you come to New York. It went from 100 to 30 to 15. I made the top 10 to 3. She didn't pick me, but Flex chose me for his show instead to be his intern. And really, that's all it took. Really, I will always say it started with Flex. I did everything possible, not just necessarily just being an intern, of just integrating myself into that show, getting questions together. If you need me to get your vinyls, going to go get their food order, whatever was necessary to just show that it was a part of that show, and that, after the apprenticeship was over, they still kept me. Yeah. So went from there to then Dipset, to then KarenCivil.com, and then eventually Beats by Dre, and then continued on. Yeah. Yeah.
That's like the real, that's the hustle, early entertainment industry. I started out as an intern. I do whatever it takes to make sure that I could secure this position. Cause you fell in love with music and entertainment.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. Backstreet Boys was my shit. Like,
Thank you. See, you know what? Thank you.
Nah, niggas be
People
hating.
try to talk this NSYNC business
Nah,
to me,
I ain't gonna hold
and
you.
I'm like, look, I
Backstreet
get
Boys
it,
was
Justin Timberlake, but Backstreet Boys, I'm like, they got music with Foxy Brown. They was there first. They was there first. Then NSYNC came.
Man, that I
They
Wanted
went
That
platinum
Way.
first week.
When that I Wanted That Way dropped.
Thank
when
you.
that hit TRL.
Thank you.
Come on,
Thank
man. You couldn't tell me shit.
Who's your favorite member? Do you have one?
Of course, like growing up, it's like because of NSYNC, the blonde hair, blue eye, you go towards
Nick Carter. Yeah.
But the dude that was the Brian dude, Brian with the
Yeah.
chiseled jaw and shit, he was my guy.
Okay. So I liked Brian growing up too. I had the biggest crush. But then I realized, like, as I got older watching the videos, I've now reverted. Wait, it was Brian and AJ, a mix. Because
AJ.
you gotta love the bad boy. But
Oh,
then,
the one with the locks?
yeah, with the not locks. No. That's NSYNC. Chris
No, that is
Kirkpatrick.
NSYNC. Yeah.
Chris Kirk-
That
but,
was a sick look.
But this is the one with the
Rewind.
tattoos and the little extras.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
So it was between them, but as I got older, it's AJ. Because if you go back and look, AJ is the one that they put with the black girl, like the token black girl in every video. So I was like, oh, he's repping for us. So now I gotta,
Yeah, you fucking with it.
I'll be like, come here, baby. I love you. Yeah.
Man, we'll never be able to like get those moments of like that kind of music back. That like this works. Let's find the best like boy bands work because like R&B is popping. So
Yeah.
you get the big R&B groups, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, what's the pop version of that? It's NSYNC, it's Backstreet Boys, it's 98 Degrees, it's all that shit. But it's like these motherfuckers making real pop hits.
Yeah.
They was tearing TRL up. Same thing with like you get Britney Spears, then you
Yeah,
get Christina
you got-
Aguilera, you get
Because it was divided categories then. Now a lot of things are infused and integrated where, I mean, it's a little bit tricky. But yeah, back then you got Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, 98 Degrees. You got all these variations of them. But it's unfortunate now because like now we have AI, we have Sono, we have all these like new things that are coming where now, yeah, I'll listen to an AI song that'll come up on because TikTok makes it very prevalent. Where you'll think you're looking at a normal person, like it could be you singing. I'm like, oh, okay, this person's dope, and they're AI. But I'm now realizing when I'm listening to certain things, I'm like, oh man, this new they use her a lot. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain freeze. She's on Housewives.
you missed me with that.
No,
That's what you,
no, country singer. She's amazing. I'm having a brain
Real
freeze.
Housewives?
K. Michelle, excuse me. K. Michelle.
Okay.
Like I'm listening, I'm like, this sound like K. Michelle. So it's like they're making, or this sounds like SZA.
Yeah.
So it's like they're making that, but it's not a person. It's not like
it's strange.
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
like it. I like AI, like use it for business, use it for crunching numbers, use it for making things more efficient.
Yeah.
Don't use it for art. Let artists be artists. Because that's where we get the best thing from.
It's getting tricky where I do want to see, we need to have a deep dive in conversation, even behind the people, because we say like, let musicians make art, but who is the one leading this AI? Like the person behind this. You know, obviously we want everyone to eat, make money, but like, who is this person? Does this person work in music? Are they a random person? Like, just what's starting to, who gets to pick and choose? Who gets
Yeah.
to have AI, like to become an artist? I think
Right.
there needs to be some sort of like distinction or something there. Because somebody can't just wake up and be like, okay, I'm going to create the next Eminem.
Right. And then use like download
His old
all of his
thing,
stuff
his
into,
old thing, and just do it very quickly.
Yeah. And all it is doing is just regurgitating cadence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, cadence, flow, beat selection, woo woo woo. And, you know, honestly, the backbone of like music throughout the 90s and up until even now, if we talk about pop and R&B, is the songwriter.
Yeah.
Is the person who's like, you know, they're behind the scenes, they not really as known, but they, man, churning out hits. Like,
Yeah.
even if they do have some commercial success as a solo act, for the most part, it's like they in the background getting the money.
And what does that look like for them now? Because somebody can take,
Exactly.
copy their song, from Genius and move it over and give me something similar, give me a hit like this.
Yeah, that sucks.
And they're the ones, unfortunately, taking a hit on this. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why like people's eating like that. You know, it's like some of the best verses was just the songwriters.
Yeah.
Is that new song? Have you heard that new song? I don't know the guy's name, but it sounds like that's swiping cards and stacking chips.
So he says he wrote the song. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. He said he wrote the song and he's just using like that voice thing over. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. He said he wrote it. I mean, I saw him perform it. Yeah.
I mean, people perform songs they ain't write all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I saw him perform it and it
don't hit.
Yeah,
because it's like the energy of the song is like a Dawn FM late 80s, like kind of that.
But we still got to be able to perform the songs. We still got to be out. We still because that's the whole premise of it. Even back then in the 80s, they still gave us a performance.
Yes.
You still need to be out like promoting this.
And it's his energy in person doesn't match the energy of the song, which is odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you making like a fan page in 97 is a big deal because this is how like online communities are built around a shared love.
Yeah.
And this predates social media. So you being able to turn that same like just passion into like digital marketing before it was even a thing. How did you come about? Like what did you see in social media that other people didn't see, even as like early as MySpace?
Okay. So even before MySpace, it used to be like Yahoo used to have a Yahoo group. And I was a big fan, The Wire. Mm-hmm. So I was a big fan of The Wire. So The Wire was filmed in Baltimore. Baltimore's right next to Jersey. A lot of those actors were from Jersey. The one I happened to like was Bodie, J.D. Williams. I said, man, me and him need to date. Like I was his biggest fan and I was like, I'm gonna figure out how me and him is gonna connect. I created a Yahoo fan club for him, created a fan club, did the whole nine. Somebody on his team reached out to me and was like, yeah, he's really excited because, at this time, male black actors, they don't have things like this.
Yeah.
So he ended up taking me out. Little did he know, it was my 18th birthday. And he ended up taking me out to IHOP. And like, he just wanted to meet the person who made his site. And I was so in shock that I was like, oh my God, it actually happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the internet is giving me what I want. I did not even order anything. I was just like in shock, sitting there like, oh my God, I can't believe I met J.D. Williams. He had his red new BMW at the time. Still, we took a picture. At the end, he dropped me off, but it was like really cool. And that was honestly the reason why. Yeah, it was that. Then I did the Backstreet Boy one. And I was like, yeah, I want to meet them too. So I was like, let's keep this thing going. If it's getting me out of my community, I entered, I don't know if you remember MTV Fanatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, they picked a girl from Detroit, but still was able to connect through Jive Records, their label at the time, like just saw all the work and stuff that I was doing into the website and things like that. But yeah, it's just a love of the internet.
Yeah. And how do you, what is the point, what's the turning point where you say, okay, like this works, but this works for me on a personal level, right? Like these are my personal interests and I'm creating these communities around these things to the point where I am like manifesting, meeting my favorite actor. And then how do you turn this into like, oh, this could be applied to business? We can formulate digital marketing from this.
This all started out as a hobby and then eventually transitioned into like a business maybe 8-10 years later for me. It was literally just a hobby, a great thing for me to have something to do outside of, having a job, being at home with my family or going to school. There's a connection of people, things that I have in common with. And then eventually through hits and misses of things working, I'm like, okay, I like to do it this way. This seems to work. My audience is engaging with it. I would do a lot of trial and error. Okay, I need to post, it seems when I post Tuesday between 3 and 5 p.m., before we knew what metrics were, I seemed to be more engaged. But this is okay. I know my audience comes out at school at 3 p.m. They can probably be on for 1 hour. So I have to post Thursday at 5 p.m. It's better to post on the weekends because everyone's off and they get more internet time. So these are the things, like the way I started processing stuff, especially get people to come to like my site, and then taking it from there, which I realize is marketing, business, strategy, and stuff like that. I eventually encompassed over into having my my marketing and branding company, Always Civil.
So it's just like a knack because of what you loved.
I turned my hobby. You
understood metrics just off of like, I want this engagement. So like, what works best for engagement instead of it being like a physical metric that you can like measure. It's like you just doing this off of trial and error.
I was
like,
forecasting.
Yeah.
I basically was forecasting and just like figuring it out before you even think of the metrics and the things. Because I'm like, look, it's 100 other sites. What can I do to make mine stand apart? Okay, I got to make sure if I get $10 for my allowance, I'm running to get the magazine so I can cut it up, print it, get the pictures up, and become I want to become a literal library where you can find all the information possible, screen it, put it up. Everything is possible. And that worked. And I would put it up updates on Saturday because I knew as soon as they get up, this is their day off. Like, you treat it like a newspaper.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like this day off, and they would get excited like, yeah, Karen did updates. Where somebody may have done it on Monday. They're like, hey, I did updates. Babes, we were in school. We're not paying attention. Life has happened. We have swim. I'm in basketball. Like, we have life outside of this.
Yeah.
So the best time is like I would just work it around who I was, my schedule, just kind of knowing just my friends and working around there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking brilliant, to be honest, because it's like, it's similar to the same way that I approach, like, my come up on TikTok was just from my approach as a consumer.
Yeah.
So what I like, what I don't like, what I'm the most attracted to, and then like how to stay out of a box.
Yeah.
Because what you notice is like people were pushing this niche, be niche. So because I was making all of my content in my truck at work, I was like, I'm never going to talk about trucking.
Yeah.
Because everybody that's in a truck is always talking about trucking.
Makes sense.
And they don't have any depth. And if they try to steer out of it, what's the thing people gonna say? Stick to trucking, bro.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is just the vehicle I'm in. I will never talk about trucking. And then now it's like people are taking an interest in me, and I just so happen to drive trucks.
Yeah.
And like, I try to take that with like, even the idea of just getting a podcast was like, I can't just be a dude making TikTok videos.
Yeah.
Because after a while, then it's just like you just one of the talking heads on social media.
Yeah.
That just talk about every little trending thing. Every time something happens, you got to have an input. It's like, I want to focus on like the things that I'm really interested in.
Yeah.
And then turn this into an entire show.
Yeah.
And then I get to come sit down with fucking Karen Civil and I'm lit.
You get to create. I think for so long, even for myself, because I get 75% of the time, people are like, I don't know what you do. I'm like, why are you so focused on the title? Like, I'm my own CEO. I have my own company. I'd be like, hey, I have my own company. Because at this point, to me, titles can be given. Mm-hmm. Same way they can be given, they can be taken away.
Bingo.
So it's like, I love the way that you said it. I tell people, like, you don't have to worry about the title. Oh, I'm a TikToker, I'm a this, I'm a that. I'm somebody who is in the space, I'm creating, I'm doing things my way, and just making it work.
I tell people,
Yeah.
Only thing I tell people, I own a media company.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like now, yes, I own my own marketing and branding company, but it comes to a point like, what is it exactly that you do? I'm like, a lot.
Yeah, but everything.
Yeah.
Like, any commercial that you've ever seen is what you do. Like, it's like, that is marketing. That is actually initially what I was going to go to school for, because I was so interested in illustration. Mm-hmm. And my teacher was like, well, you could go to SCAD, but she was like, but then like, what's the career?
Yeah.
And then she was like, you think about it like, she thinks about it like everything is art.
Yeah.
So the stop sign is art. Somebody had to like make sure that the octagon is applied to that signal, like it means stop.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's art. That's just creativity.
Yeah.
You figure out how to like advertise for people, but then I just didn't.
I'll never forget Nipsey, one of the conversations I had with him, super insightful, is we went into Target, right? And he was just like, I forget the gentleman's name, but he told me the architect, like the company that built Target. He was like, it's like the same people from Apple. And explaining to me why. These are the impulse items, why they have these things in the front. He's like, they have these things in the front because da-da-da-da. This is why the shelf is here. But even just going into that conversation into like the build out for like Marathon and the Smart Store and things like that. So it's even just agreeing to what you said, walking into any space and just people not realizing there's branding and marketing goes into everything.
Yes.
And him even saying that now every time I walk into a Target, I was like, oh yes, impulse items, because they do it because they want you to spend. You can't leave at least without spending $7 to $15.
Yes.
So it's like, we're gonna get you with this little maze stuff in the front that adds up the $5 before you even get to where you need to. And then when you're leaving, the additional impulse items, the gums, the little things that you may have forgotten.
The magazine, the candies, that
are all stationed there for you.
And the things that like they create craving, right? So even the intelligent design of a supermarket, what are the things that people need? Eggs, milk, like those are the needs. It's like those are the things that you're constantly replenishing. Put those way in the back.
Yep.
So you're forced to walk around the entire
through the chips,
store.
walk through the thing. Let's put the meat here, here to have you. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's genius for real. Like from a business perspective. And then for most people, it's like they view it as like predatory, but it's like it works.
Yeah. But I like to remind people, not tell people, but remind people, America is built on consumerism.
It is.
That's all America is.
Capitalism.
So when people are like, I'm like, everything is literally bought and sold to us, but now it's just behind a paywall.
Yeah, and then now the biggest consumption it's about your attention. So we in the attention.
It's literally behind a paywall. Yeah. And then the other thing is they're selling community back to us, which was once free.
Yeah.
So if I want to go to the park, $5 for the run club. If I want to go do XYZ, if I want to finish reading about something that's happening, everything is just paywall.
Yeah. I was just talking to Big Cat about this the other day, like just researching stuff like the way that I do. I can't even like utilize the news outlet without like subscribing or becoming like a monthly member. It's like, AP News I like, but some people go into like a lot more depth. And then there's certain like journalists that I like, but it's like, they're behind a paywall. So that's like.
And then the journalists that you did love are no longer with the publications. Now it's like, I'm like subscribed to like 15 different journalist Substack. It's crazy because I wanted to read the one thing, but I'm like, now I gotta.
You would kill it on Substack with all this stuff,
I would think so, but I'm like, yeah, maybe so.
It's another thing though,
It's just, I'm like, I got
one more app.
it's this is one thing that's been driving me crazy. The stadiums, each stadium has their own app. I know that is fucking annoying. So think, I go to Philly Stadium, I need to download the app. I go to Ram Stadium, I need to download the app. Like before it used to just be like one NFL app, one NBA app. Like it's an app for everything.
Yeah.
To a point it drives me crazy.
Yeah, everything is branched off into its own.
No, like I don't
weird.
want an app.
There needs to be centralized things.
My car has an app.
Yeah.
Like everything. I'm paying a subscription. Like there's a subscription for everything.
They had somebody showed.
It's getting a little scary though.
It's weird because it's like, they had like a toaster and it has like an app that you can use.
Yes, like my toaster, my fridge, my car. It's getting to a point. I'm like, I could have swore. What was that Disney film where like the smart house? That's what it's starting to give me. Like now, especially when we had the fires out here and like we had no power, everything is built off of like apps.
Yeah, so if they agree, if there's no electricity,
so now it's like everybody, and they're telling you to evacuate. I'm not like everybody is just sitting ducks with like it's just crazy.
Yeah, have you've experienced some of those like fires and stuff out there?
Oh, that was in itself was just different to it because it wasn't just one fire. It was like a culmination of different ones that at a point it felt like people were just starting. So the one near me, somebody was riding on a bike and flicked it off and started, but it had me evacuated for 2 weeks. But in the same process, it's just, I'm from the East Coast. My family doesn't live here. So it's like, you think about, yes, I have to evacuate, but in that process, what exactly do you grab? Like, am I grabbing my computer? Am I really working during this time?
Right.
Like, yes, I'm gonna grab, you grab your clothes, you're like, it was just a very unfortunate situation. I'm like, it was like the worst 2 weeks ever. But then the process of like the cleanup and just everything else. But then I know people who have gotten it worse. So I try to just keep the empathy and just the respect towards there and just like, all right, just.
Some people lost everything.
They lost it all.
Yeah.
Lives included.
Yeah.
But it's just such an unfortunate situation.
Let's dial back a little bit to Funk Flex. Like, what is that? I know what you said, like your initial role there, but what is the day-to-day working for Funk Flex? And is this Funk Flex like when Otis drops Funk Flex,
he's
like
still
where
that
he's breaking records?
He's still that Funk Flex that, I'll be honest, he didn't really talk. He didn't really talk to me. It was like Big Dennis and Tat. He didn't talk to me for maybe like the first 4 months because he was, okay, go sit out there. And then his kids started to come and I was the babysitter. Then he was nice. Then I started to work my way to building conversation and everything and like really being part of the team and necessary. But Flex is somebody who I'll say I learned from very quickly that you don't have to, he taught me you don't have to stand with the crowd. You can do your own thing. Like, it's okay to stand alone and the XYZ and everything else. But yeah, that's that same Flex, the same energy that he gives you. He don't give a fuck, bro. He will love you today and hate you tomorrow. He don't give a fuck. He don't.
It's like one of the cornerstones of our podcast is this, like, if you in New York City right now, like we do that shit all the fucking time because
that's Flex.
That shit was iconic. Like, you'll never, I don't know if we'll ever have somebody break a record that way. Like, I don't know if that's even possible.
The thing is, he still dropped bombs like that.
Yeah.
Like, listen, the Knicks win. Like, just go to New York on a Friday, a Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, the what is it? The Rangers can win. It doesn't matter. Like, it could just be a hot day. He gonna drop some bombs and he's gonna get you excited. And it's just like, he has got it.
Yeah, yeah.
It works for the community, the voice.
He's
now he's legend. Like, now I believe he's like the director up at Hot and things like that. Shout out to him because he booked Max for Summer Jam. So I appreciate that. But like, yeah, he's still to be respected. And I say it like when I say Flex don't give a fuck, I mean it in a way of like respect and regard, meaning he doesn't let outside noise, he doesn't let society norms, people question him, other people's qualms. Like,
he gonna do what Flex do.
He's going to do what he does.
Yeah, real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
he
how
not
you become
folding.
a legend.
Yeah, he not folding. He's not letting it. There's no chink in the armor.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, he's different.
At what point do you start to see that people are taking your ideas and like, at what point do you see that your ideas are starting to matter in these rooms? Like the things that you're pitching. Like you said, I know you said after Flex you go to Dipset.
Yeah.
Is this where you kind of get your feet wet in digital marketing for business?
No, I'm gonna lead it back to Flex. The reason why is I launched WheezyThanksYou.com when Wayne was locked up, right? And that made, and by then I left. We launched WheezyThanksYou.com. And this was after I left Flex. And even for something like that, Flex called me. And back then, I used to be like, Flex, I want to do a website. Because at the time, the Hot97.com team left at 5 o'clock. I said, your show doesn't come on till 7. Nobody's getting content unless it was like a really big artist, like an Eminem or something. And I'm like, nobody's getting content. I'll bring my camera, I'll get the questions so you can at least be updated on hot97.com. We need to, like, people across the globe, this is when onsmash.com and Nah was really big. I said, they're trying to stream. Let's figure out a streaming thing because people want to listen to it. Like, let me record the freestyles and then put it on the internet. No. He used to find it to be annoying. So now when he's ready to launch funkflex.com, for him to call me and say, I want to launch with you. I need your help. And we simultaneously launched with a Lil Wayne interview. That was amazing. That's when I knew, like, that was the moment, because I understood at the time, I get it, Flex. It's not the time. You don't get it. But when he did get it, he knew who to call, which was me, and I respected it. And it was just amazing to be able to even just launch his site as well.
That's hard.
Yeah.
What was and was that another thing for you, just out of being a fan of Wayne, that you wanted to like make sure that people stay connected to him while he was locked up?
No. I was building a business. I mean, yeah, of course I'm a fan.
This was the strategy.
Yeah, this was like strategy.
So this is you using the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, this is me using the Backstreet Boys for business, and I can launch my business, which I called Always Civil Enterprise, which was short for ACE. So I can launch my business. At the time, I had a great rapport with Mac Main, who was the president of Young Money, and he pulled me in for this. And for him to give me a shot, I said, look, they're a family unit. They don't really let outsiders come in. So the fact that he gave me a shot, I said, I got to hit this out the fucking park. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
So it was like, he has the Guinness Book of World Records for most amount of likes, fastest amount of likes. He had a #1 album with Rebirth. Everything was done. And from that, I was named MTV's MVP of the year, and then I got the job at Beats by Dre. So yes, it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. That was the moment, like, fucking believing in yourself, taking that shot, and playing like Kobe and MJ.
Yeah, but this is also a testament that, like, do what you love, like, do what you do, and not only what you love, but what you're good at. Like, because the Backstreet Boys in '97 is the reason why this works. Yeah. It takes those 10 to 15 years to, like, okay, this is it. It was
honing and perfecting it to get to that point of turning a hobby into my career. And that's what started it, where they're like, well, how you start your business with Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Yeah. So, I started as his social media manager in 2010, and then in 2023, I got to become his general manager. So that within itself, when I just like look back at the time, like, oh my, you started as his social media girl. Yeah. And now you're running the label, which is amazing.
How does that feel? But how is that running Young Money in the time where Wayne is giant? Wayne is like, it's well known in hip hop at that time that he's the guy, like he's #1. But then you get these two juggernauts and Drake and Nicki. Does that all come through where you were in your position at Young Money? Did you help usher that in? Or
no, that was Mac Main way before. I'm talking like a couple years ago. I'm talking 2020.
Oh, okay,
not 2003. Okay. I'm talking like 4 years ago.
I was thinking like 2010.
No. So I was doing the social media back then. It was Cortez. It was Mac Main. I'm forgetting some folks too. Please forgive me. But it was like
Wayne got locked up. What year was that? That was like
2010.
2010, right?
Yeah. 2010, and that's when I did the Rebirth and that stuff with him. But then
it takes a little while to get into.
Yeah, okay, I started working with him with Tyga. Like that's most people don't realize Tyga was the first Young Money artist.
Yes,
Tyga was the first person he ushered in because he had the coconut.
The lime and the coconut.
Yeah, right? And with Trav McCoy, and he was big in things. I like to say he's the fourth GOAT for Young Money.
I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that. I used to listen. Mm-hmm. I would listen to those Tyga tapes. Mm-hmm. He had like a very distinct style. Mm-hmm. Wayne was like a really big influence on that whole Young Money camp. So. Yeah, Tyga was in there. You gotta give it to Tyga. He got some hits.
In a sense, I feel like he held his own. He's been in this business for so long, but once you see him perform, my gosh, I continue to speak his praises because, like, out of the talent up there, I'm like, out of performance-wise, the Young Money, he's in my top 3.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He is honestly in my top 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, for performance.
Heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's really, really good. Like breathing control, just everything.
Great. Like some people that are superstars, but the live show just don't hit.
Really?
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how much life can change in just one summer. Last summer looked completely different than this one for me. These days, everything I do is centered around my kids and making sure they're taken care of. Not just today, but years from now. Becoming a parent changes the way you think. You stop thinking only about what's happening today and start thinking about what if something happens tomorrow. And you want to know that your family is protected no matter what life throws your way. And that's why I like Policy Genius. They make finding the right life insurance policy simple and straightforward. Policy Genius is an online insurance marketplace where you can compare quotes from some of America's top insurers side by side for free. Their licensed team helps you figure out exactly what you need: coverage amounts, pricing, terms, without all the guesswork. They answer your questions, handle the paperwork, and help you find the policy that fits your family's needs. They've also got thousands of 5-star reviews from people who found the right coverage through them. Having a plan in place gives you real peace of mind so you can spend more time enjoying life with the people you love instead of worrying about the future. With Policy Genius, you can find your 20-year life insurance policies starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. So head to policygenius.com/grits to compare life insurance quotes from top companies and see much you can start saving today. So head to policygenius.com and compare life insurance quotes from top companies and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com/grits.
But his live show is amazing. Yeah.
What are the early days with Dipset? Because thinking about Wayne, me as a Wayne fan, I remember like Wayne's Dipset era. But gosh.
No, so that era, interestingly enough, he was like, it used to be him and Juelz were so tight.
I can't feel my face.
So my Dipset era was the Duke Productions. I worked with Duke the God, right? And it was so great because Duke and Compass was the A&R. But we were out of Jimmy's office with Yandy. So it was like we got the Encompass, and I got to see the early start of, because Jim was loving hip hop. He was taping those episodes first. Then up the hall, you had Asylum. You get to see Paul Wall and his whole thing being built. And then our intern was Yams, who ASAP Yams was then starting, ASAP. So it's like you have all these things happening.
That's cool.
That's my like super memory, and oh my gosh, it was such a good time.
That's like a cultural hub.
Yeah, it's such a good time.
I never understood that. I never understood like what ASAP Yams was to ASAP until you just said that. That's what he was doing.
He was that star. So it started off as ASAP Productions, and they were doing their beats and their stuff, and then started off. Then he went on to the group, but even then, Yams used to come in, Steve used to come into the office, help pack the CDs, get the business acumen and everything. And even back then, he was super learning. But we got to be up at like, just being a Dipset, we got to be up at Asylum working with Todd Moskowitz, who to this day is amazing, like creating hit after hit. Joey I.E., who at a point was like super mentor to me, being up the hall from them, seeing all of the artists that they're even creating. I'll never forget. Remember Laffy Taffy?
Yeah.
That song?
Yeah.
Them guys came up and picked up $1 million check.
D4L.
D4L for ringtones. This is before like $1 million check. $1 million check.
Yo, Laffy Taffy was like that.
$1 million check.
For ringtone.
For ringtones from an independent label. And I said, wow, like, this is how Joey and Todd, they were like getting to it and really giving a fuck about their artists.
Yeah, Laffy Taffy. So we from Atlanta, so we just remember what that was, and it's like Fabo is somebody that you can see him anywhere. Like he really be outside like that. Shawty Lo is like a city legend. Like him having the D4L, like we get all their tapes and shit like that.
Yeah.
So but knowing that they made $1 million off of ringtones, bro, that's crazy. And that's just one check.
Yeah. I'm like, but this is back when you had to download it.
Yes.
Like.
Yes,
but
every commercial was like.
Everybody, but this was you could not escape it. So this was before the streaming and the, like.
This
they
is hard
sales.
Like, it's
That's
real.
why I'm like, I'm going to always tip my hat off. to Joey and Todd because they were getting to it.
Yeah.
But like Todd got Rod Wave now, so
Rod Wave. Yeah.
that's my artist.
Yeah. Rod Wave.
Yeah, that's my Beyonce. When people like, what's Rod Wave recently? I'm like, that's my Beyonce. They be like, oh. I'm like, okay, you understand what that means.
Yeah, because Rod Wave speak to a certain.
Yeah.
He just know he taps into the human emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He helps me honestly like better understand my grief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real.
And just emotions. Yeah.
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 I like that. I like that. Regardless of like what internet speak is, like people are always talking shit on the internet, but we need artists to serve those spaces.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
And that's what's important. You know, I see a lot of people say things like, you know, oh, he's always sad. It's very depressing music. But unfortunately, there are people who are dealing with certain things. He's having conversations and things for them. He's speaking from his heart.
Helping them.
Yeah. So that's what music is supposed to do.
You've worked with like, and I mean, I was just thinking about these names that you rattling off. It's like you've worked with artists at every stage, every caliber.
Yeah.
What is the thing that you think separates an artist from being like important culturally, like like setting themselves in stone, to just having like popularity and then it just kind of dies off?
Core values and substance. At times when you talk to the artist, what they're about, what's the meaning behind it, like how they're looking at certain things. You know, if this the way we think, like, you know, you think the 15-second rule or they have 15 seconds, you kind of see it with their value, the way they're treating their music. Like, oh, this is going to be a quick little 15 seconds because you're not showing up on time. You don't want to be at the meetings. You know, you don't want to turn in the music. You don't think it's respectful to be respectful to everyone on your team and stuff like that. So I necessarily don't work with too much talent, but like I'm always gonna have a rapport and thing. It's not a lot, but the Pusha T, Nipsey, I'm always have an affinity and speak so highly of. Like YG, when I say show up on time, like, and do whatever's necessary and just like professionalism and everything at its core, you don't get artists like that all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm just so grateful that I was able to be in that light, to work with so many great talent who understand the value of who they are, the position that they're in, and the community that they can change.
Is it a sense of like, those kind of values are not only like just kind of personal values, but those are business ethics too? Yeah. Like somebody that just understands the business of things. Are those the artists that you see tend to like have more staying power, or people that understand the business side of it? Yeah. Who understand both sides of like, and the more important part is the emotional intelligence, where it's like, yeah, let's pull this back. This is not intentionally. We got to do this for the sake of this. But yeah, you definitely have that lasting power. Yeah. What are some of the more difficult aspects of working with talent when they're all about you, for lack of a better term, when they're like being a diva about their art? Oh, that process of perfectionism sucks. And that's where like I got the most amazing business partner who deals with that, Steve Carlos, where when they be like, ooh, I'm not sure, I'm like, all right, Steve, this is where you check in, and he go get that music, he have the conversation. But yes, perfectionism exists for them, where they be like, wait, I need to fine tune it one more time, I got to do this. Well, I'm not mad at that, where I love that they love the craft so much, but we got to turn it in. Right. It get to a point where I'm like, look, I'm not finna have an attitude. I'm gonna send Steve in here. I'm gonna let Steve do the boy thing, the guy thing, and let's wrap this the fuck up because we need this song. Because after a while, I just get very irritable. Yeah, I think about somebody like a Pusha. Like Pusha is one of my favorite rappers. When Nipsey passed, I wouldn't consider myself a big Nipsey Hussle music fan as much as I was just a fan of who he was and what he represented. Yeah. Like I took on his reading list. That shit helped me like tremendously. It helped me understand what I'm doing now, just from like the books he would recommend. But I think the thing about Pusha is to come from like this group that's like phenomenal, like one of the top rap duos of all time, to have to like transition into a singles career, but not necessarily focus on crossing over, but focus on serving that fan base. And he did it well. Like, has one of the best discographies. How is it when you work with artists like that who just understand what they do and they don't want to, like, not even necessarily that they don't want to, but they know like they don't need to?
So like with Push really has core values, and it's like, this is me. I'm not going to be swayed by the internet, public perception of what I should, could, woulda, all of that never matters to him. He sees the goal, and that's just what it is.
Yes.
That is both of them. And that is because they come from that 2-parent home, like, you know, the way they were basically saying, the way they were brought up, you know, just conditioned. When you're having a conversation with him, like, he is somebody who is very insightful, who'll go, this is why I'm doing XYZ. I could send him, like, I sent him YG's Oh My God verse on a Tuesday. He sent it back to me a Wednesday afternoon. He's that efficient, gets it done, and knows. But then if it's, hey, can you do this? Nope, not a fan, don't like this artist, don't necessarily think it works for me. Done. But I think it's gonna be a hit. No, I don't care. No, but it's gonna be a hit. I don't care.
Yes.
Just because it's a hit, I don't care. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. And that's that. Like, there's no, like, I've tried that. There's no moving it around.
I'm
where he'll be like, I'll pass. I'll pass. I'm not going to do it. I'll pass.
If it's against who I am and what I represent. Yeah, man. You know, the amount of interviews I turned down, it's like,
oh, there's no money involved.
It doesn't matter. It's not me. I don't like, even that part. I don't like it. I don't like their music. I'm not interviewing. I don't like your music.
Yeah.
I'm not interviewing you if, like, I don't like what you represent, how you represent yourself.
Yeah.
I don't want to align myself with that. And it's like, for me, it tends to be those are the artists that I like really resonate with too, because you can just see it. October, they reached out. Pusha and Malice reached out because I just showed them love on the album, and it's like, not for anything in return. It's like, fan of the music. So they invited us out to the show in Chicago. It was crazy. Like, you know, we've seen they show twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, phenomenal. Like, the set list, the album in and of itself is flawless, but the way that they curated the set is fucking phenomenal. They hold up.
It's perfect. Start on time.
They hold up, bro.
Finish on time.
Hey, listen.
You in your car and you back home.
If they say that show started at 8:30, brother, at 8:30, you know what you're going to hear? Chains and
down.
Whips. You're going to hear Chains and Whips at 8:30. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's time, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then 9:30, oh, we to the crib, bro. We out of here. Yeah, grown men shit, though, too.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what your position was at Beats by Dre, and what's that like, because that's a product. That's a hip hop product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how does that vary? And does it make it easier that you're not dealing with talent, but you're dealing with the product? So
then I will say I was super blessed in the sense of I was the 12th employee, and we were out of the Interscope office at first. And we were literally sitting outside, who's one of the revered A&Rs, Karen Kwok, sitting out near her office. And we just had a desk. And I made the most of it. They hired me for social media, but they didn't have a lot of content. So on top of and I wasn't waiting for the content. So I would go out and be the content creator. I would make stuff. I would find things that was just happening outside. Connections and relationships that I had from my website, like, I'd have them come in the office. One of our first guests was Joe Budden, and it was Joe. Joe happened to be in town. I was like, Joe, need you to come by the office. He was like, wow. I was like, you're coming to Interscope anyway. So that was my thing of, oh, you're coming to the label to have a meeting? come upstairs 2 levels and then come see us. We'll give you some headphones. We'll take some pictures. I remember I was like, Joe, you got to do a freestyle. He was like, what? Why are we rapping? I was like, I don't know, Beats TV. I was just like, we needed something. I'm like, while I have you here, let's make the content. So it was that. Then the other one was like, anytime somebody would just come by, I would literally just be walking around. And I'll never forget, somebody said to me, they called the hip hop floor at Interscope. They were like, yeah, don't go on that floor. I think it was like the 5th or something. They were like, yeah, that's the hip hop floor. I was like, that's exactly where the fuck I'm going. Because that's where I need to be. Yeah. That's where it's cracking. So I need to see, like,
for sure,
get everything going. And some of the best people were down there, like, and relationships and everything. So yeah, like, when I tell you, I absolutely loved being at Beats. It grew from there. All of my outside relationships, Wayne launching his headphone, like the $1 million headphone, just everything in between. Like, I had a fucking amazing time there. And it was great to have the product. It got tricky when Apple came aboard because now you got to be a really suit and tie business. Mm-hmm. But Jimmy and Dre didn't. They let us, and Omar just let us be. But now it's going to be super professional. I'm cool. Like, I've built this whole thing. Always Civil is growing. And at the time, Hillary was running for election. I was like, I'm okay. I could go. And then she win.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. And that was that. Yeah.
That was the first. The
way I had my life plan.
First blow, brother.
The way I thought she was going to win, I had a life plan. I was like, I'm going to be in the White House. Then I'm going to leave. Then I'm going to write the book. I'm going to have her forward it. Then I'm going to go here. Then I'm going to Then I'm going to get married. Then I'm going to have the house in D.C. She lost all my... Look, I had it planned out. It was my birthday. It was my birthday. Me and Pusha are standing there. We got the suits on, the black turtlenecks. Like, I had the photo ready to queue up. Like, she had the choir. I had the birthday cake, Katy Perry. Everybody is there. We're ready to go. Then she lost.
That was a tough loss. That was a tough loss for America.
You ready for this? She lost on... I'm going to keep stressing this on my birthday because that was a big thing for me. I was supposed to get... I'm ready to start the new email. Send it the next day. Like, hey, all... Moving forward, this is my new email. Ready to...
Karen Civil at White House.
Yeah, like...
.gov.
No longer HillaryClinton.com, guys. Move forward. It was stressful. And you know what? I had an ex text me, ha, 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 ha.
Oh, wow. On your birthday.
I lost. And I said, oh, he was up. No, he was up for that one. Because he waited. I said, oh, he's up. To remember. It was like, he was up for that. Yeah.
What is the thin line for an artist, for an exec, for anybody in the industry from you standing on your morals and values versus you're difficult to work with?
See, that's like a loaded question because it's variations of answering that. Mm-hmm. From my POV as being a woman in this business, I'm going to get who doesn't operate in certain spaces, who may negate in certain spaces and things like that. I may be called a bitch. I don't want to engage or be in conversation. I may walk in a room. You're stuck up. You're this. You're that. At times, people won't speak to me because they think you're the girlfriend or the XYZ. So it's a lot of negative connotations and things that come with being a woman in this business. But at the same time, it's a lot of positive attributes that at the end of the day, I have now built in why I kept stressing the like, Flex don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. No. I don't give a fuck if you think I have an attitude because I don't have one. I'm coming in with positivity. I'm coming in being myself, trying to get the situation. We're trying to close a deal, whatever it is. Hey, let's answer the question, whatever, let's get to it. You understand? Where it's like, treat me with the same regard you would treat your male counterpart. And I take it as that. Like, I can't give a fuck. And I can't worry about the pretenses of what everybody else thinks. That's not for me to hold.
Real.
That's really not for me to hold. And at this point, it's not fair.
Yeah. I wrote this on the plane today. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm not letting shit slide. Cause I ain't worked this hard to let this shit crumble worried about if people gonna fucking like me or not. And cause if I gotta worry about if you like me, then I gotta take on that weight. And that's just gonna wear me the fuck down. And then it's like, it'll start crumbling. Yeah. Cause I'll be crumbling eternally. And it's like, yeah, that I don't give a fuck. Like, that's the perfect way. I could have taken that whole sentence and just wrote, I don't give a fuck, and I would have been good. Yeah. Yeah, straight up.
Cause it's at that point, like I've been at that place though. I'm here. Word. But I've been at that place where I've allowed comments, negative critiques, and the group alienation of, cliques and certain things bother me. But now I'm at this point, I'm like, Karen, what does it do? Yeah. You have to hold on to that. You have to release it. Like, it's your nervous system. And at the same time, we have free will. I have free will to be upset by this, or I have free will not to give a fuck. So I'm going to choose the one not to give a fuck and to keep my nervous system intact.
Somebody said, I read this, that's a lie. I watched this video. This girl said, one thing that she learned in business is that you can either be a bitch or you can get an autoimmune disease.
Why I got that video saved?
Come on, man.
For you. And I sent it to my cousin.
Hey, man.
I said, autoimmune disease me.
Nah, not me. Cool on that.
Because I'm like, at this point.
I'd just rather be an asshole, bro.
Yeah, but at this point, you get what I mean. But at this point, like, bitch, be whatever you want to call it, but I'm like, I'm not holding on to
It's just assertive, bro.
But the thing is, if I'm not holding on to the work title, why am I holding on to that title?
Bingo. Yeah. That ain't, that's the, hey, this nigga Eminem, I ain't gonna hold you. That when that nigga dropped that, whatever you say I am shit, when I was like 12,
I am.
Nigga, I'm walking to the bus. Sometimes I sit back in this pack. I was like, yeah, that nigga popping it.
Do you ever look back like most of them songs as affirmations?
Yo, what?
Okay, so I recently went, I'm not going to say the artist's name. I recently went to this concert and I'm like, hold on, I can't sing this. Like, I was like, wait, I can't.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, I was like, I can't.
You gotta be careful.
I was like, but I'm not. I was like, I had my homegirl like, we sit down. We not singing this part. Like, we can't sing. Like, it's not us.
I had a moment. I was in Alabama. I was listening to this artist, my favorite artist at the time, and I'm like, what the fuck made you say that? What made you say that? On some Funk Flex. Why you go with that bar? Like, I was like, oh, skip this every time. Just because that one bar that you put in this song, I'm not listening to this song no more. I love the song. 99% of it, perfect. That one bar is like, I can't even have that in my subconscious. Nigga, why you talking like that?
Yeah.
There's a certain weight that you have to hold as not only an executive, but just in the business of building relationships. I know that your relationship with Nipsey was like near and dear. What's the inception of that relationship?
What do you mean?
How do you meet Nipsey?
Nipsey had a show in New York City. You familiar with B-Dot?
Yeah.
My B-Dot, okay. So B-Dot is one of my close friends, but B-Dot is like the silent A&R. He would tell me who artists I would need to listen to put on my site. So I would call him like, who do I need to feature? And he's like, yeah, this artist Nipsey is coming into town. You need to come to this show. So I go and it's Bullets, Have No Name, Volume 1. Show is amazing. I'm like, great, now I gotta interview him. Like, I got to do a civil introduction thing with him. So he's at Johnny Shipe's house. We connect from there. I said, hey, eventually when I come to LA, I'm going to hit you. He was like, yeah, make sure you hit me. And I didn't think he was being serious, right? So then I get the job with Beats by Dre maybe a year, maybe 2 years later. And I hit him when I'm in LA. And I was like, hey, I actually came to LA. He was like, all right, bet. I'm at the store. I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, where's that? He was like, on Slauson and Crenshaw. So my roommate, Vanessa, at the time, me and her, I had her do a whole tour with me around LA. I was like, I want to go to the car wash. I want to go to the donut place, the thing. Let me go stop by and see Nip. Nip was behind the counter with his daughter at the store, like moving the CDs, working with his brother, and me and him had a conversation. I said, hey, you know, I know you knew me from the site, but I'm working with Beats by Dre. Let's connect on some stuff. Let's figure out some synergies, like, and things like that. He was like, all right, bet. You know, you want anything? I was like, well, I'll get like a T-shirt or something. And then I was executive producing this show for this car show that was supposed to come back out on MTV2 at the time. And I asked Nipsey to be on it. And Nipsey was supposed to bring his car, but he didn't end up showing up. And that was my first, like, work relationship with Nipsey. I was like, oh, wow. And I, like, wrote him a stern, like, wow, I've never had this. We had production. If you didn't want to do it, like, a very Karen-esque, like, text message. And he was like, no, my bad. I apologize. I'm going to come to the office and talk to you. And I was at Beats by Dre. So even at Beats, I was, like, doing my own thing. So he ended up coming to the office, and we talked for like an hour. He said, look, it wasn't on purpose. He was telling me about his all money in stuff that he got with the team, the store, just all these moving pieces, how he still is a rapper, but he's a businessman and a father first. So at the end of the day, I respected that and understood it, because it was more than just a standard apology. It's like, this is what I got going on. It's bigger than you want me do some just like quick thing with my car. This, everything else that's happening. And my partner at the time, Steve Carlos, I end up calling him and I was like, I feel like there's a way for us to all work together. And I know you don't necessarily want a manager, but we want to help you build out what you're doing. Because everything he said to me sounded so exciting, and all the projects and things. I was like, let us help you get this in order, because there's something here and let's figure it out. And that's all it was. That conversation from there. And then we've been rocking ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's lit. Yeah. That was just his way of, everything was like, is very intentional.
Yeah.
Right? This is well thought out. This is well studied. This isn't just something like he was just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stick. Like, he had a plan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think early on, I was into music, but I'm gonna ask you. I want your opinion on this too. But it's like, I had to just face reality. Like, it's a reason why this shit not working. Yeah. It doesn't matter about how many people say they like this shit. If there has to be some growth, there has to be some increase, there has to be something viable there. Yeah. Where I know, but it's like, it ain't making no noise in the way that I want it to. Right. So this is when I'm like, I'm done, and then I'm gonna figure out what the next play is, and that's when I come up with a plan for all this shit. But what is as many trial and errors that you had, as many like ideas that you've had that you've seen into fruition, and they win, some fail. When do you feel like is the time like that you've learned like, okay, this just isn't working, it's time to walk away, as hard as it may be? Like in business or in creative endeavors? It
gets to a point when it starts to take an emotional toll on you, where you don't even know who you are, where you're crying at night, not from like, just, this business can make you very like, I'm trying to watch my words, but very suicidal, to a point of, we've seen executives pass. And when I got to that level, I'm like, huh. And before it gets there, let me make sure that I'm okay.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, people can give you a hard time when you're already having a hard time.
Yeah.
And that's when it's like, when it got to that point. When it got to that point of like, okay, let's take a step back to a point where you don't even want to exist. Let's take a step back and let's recalibrate, and let's move on over, because it's never going to get to that for me.
Yeah, real.
Yeah.
How do you deal with some of the heavier blows that come along with like building these relationships, like someone like a Nipsey, who culturally that impacts everyone, even like somebody like me, I said, I'm not necessarily his big fan of his music, but I'm a fan of who he is as a person. But then you have the people who are diehards for his music, and then we have people who have like personal and business relationships with him. Yeah. How do those losses impact you, not only as a person, like as an individual, but like as an executive, and just your stance towards the industry in general?
You see it in both ways. You kind of like said it perfectly. From a personal standpoint, it's sad, you know? This is somebody that I am not gonna, there's no new conversations. There's no new learning from. This is somebody who poured into a lot of people, but then also happy because of the lasting impression, the groundwork that he left that's continuing to be done. So it's like you physically may not be here, but your presence still is, you know? But death, in a sense, because 6 months before Nip was Mac Miller. So it's like death changes you. There's no way around it. You're never going to be the person you were before. And this is just who I am. Where now grief is just a part of me. And I tell people, I'm going to have some good days. I'm going to have some bad days. And that's okay. Where I'm now, it's just a part of who I am. Mm-hmm. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. Because to do things at the level that you do them, you have to get personally invested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is, I'm away from my family, you know, and you think of like Mac dropped album on birthday. This is somebody I celebrated my first birthday in LA at the Lobster, sitting, me, him, Push, like, you know, just what that felt like. Mm-hmm. They created and became the family for me that I didn't necessarily have. And then that's taken away.
Right.
And I still have to exist in this space.
Yeah.
You know, I still have to, you know, quote unquote, see them, and like you move on. It's like you got to move on with an extension of like their existence, but you're still not moving on with their presence, if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
And it takes a toll. So there'll be, like I tell people, I have some good days and I have some bad days.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But then the other part is with like Nip, there are things that happen. I just go talk to him. Like ideas, and when things are done, like partnerships and things, like, hey, Nip, we just said, look, I went by, like, show him the shoe, have a conversation. That's my way of coping.
Yeah.
I'll have lunch with him. That's my way of coping.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to do what work for you.
Yeah. And it works. And it works.
And, you know, I think the thing that people don't really, like, take into account, especially somebody, you know, me and you share this, we're East Coast people.
Yeah.
When you in LA, you might as well be in a whole nother world.
Yeah.
You might as well be in a whole nother country. Because it's like, what is the middle point for this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I live in Atlanta, nigga. I'm from Atlanta. I'm way the fuck over there. You know what I mean? It's 3 hours. Like even like right now, like it's 10 o'clock. And when we rap, I would normally call my kids, but I can't. It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck, now I'm gonna wake up early so I can call them.
Yeah.
But it's like building a team, building a family, building relationships like that out here. It's like, as those things come to unfortunate ends, it's like, wow, it's like out here on this island. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, condolences to you. I know that it can't be easy to deal with, especially like, you know, this is not only your business, but, you know what I mean? You poured your life into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I think the worst part of it all is like the public consumption of it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know, I've had some people even around like dealing with like his funeral and certain things, people say some negative things but people don't realize you're grieving through this process. I'm working and grieving at the same time. That's not easy because I'm showing up at this point and, you know, releasing the ego in my thing because I'm thinking about his wife. I'm thinking about his family and giving them a second because this is not easy. So it's like, I'm I listened to that music. Everything he talked about, he finna have everything.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm people know I'm fucking delusional in a sense of I call it marketing delusion. Yeah, I want it all to a sense of he deserves it all. So we're gonna have it all. And Sam and Lauren and his family shouldn't think about anything until let's make it all happen.
Yeah. I wonder, I just think about this, the aspect that people don't think about is that there's this person, whether it be Nip, whether it be Mac, whether it be anybody, they're sharing so much of themselves with the world. And then in moments like that, the world, like you said, the world is consuming it.
Yeah.
And not necessarily thinking about the toll that it takes on the family or the people that were closest to them. So, yeah, I think there needs to. I get weary about certain shit where everything becomes a product for people, especially in this time.
Yeah,
it's like people now, like, you know, the internet is weird. It says they'll say the craziest shit about people, and they don't realize like this is a person you talking about, right? So they're consuming whatever it is you directing at them, and they take it with them. You see that shit break people down all the time, especially in this, like the content creator space.
It's to a point it's bad now. I had to have a conversation with one of the artists I work with, pissed, right? Because they happened to see a piece of content that went live, right? And they're like, what is this? How is this media page allowed to do this? I said, look, let's track it back. Let's see where it goes. Now you can reverse track to see where something started from. I said, we see it comes from this Facebook page and it's located here. This is not a real news piece. No real news place picks it up. But for them, it's like, but how is this allowed? You know, getting to this point of like, well, how do you put an end to this? The AI conversations and the everything else. Well, this is not about me and what it does to them. I'm like, at this point, yes, it does get to be a bit annoying just being in this space and just having to get those calls from talent and seeing how they have to like, just, that you are a product at this point. Yeah. Because I deal with it when they call and I'm like, look, I understand. We will put a note under it so they know it's not real, but this really is, they're doing this because now it's the clip farming situation. They make money off of it. They make money off of this image, AKA going back to what you were saying, them being the product and having to explain that to them. And it's like, well, how can we put an end to this? I'm like, AI is going faster than we can actually control. Yeah. And it's especially on social media. It's an arms race too. Yeah. They not like, this is not just this is like the race to the moon for these countries and their tech field. Like they all want to be first and it's pushing it way far ahead than they are. Like they aren't caught up to where AI is and it's growing so fast every day. It's kind of like out of control. But what are we rushing to be first to be what? I don't know. And that's what I want them to do. I guess the person like, who can monopolize and capitalize. First to what? So I look at things, say like the Meta glasses. And I know they just launched today with Kylie. Mm-hmm. And even that, I was a little disappointed. I'm like, I would have loved to see them launch with, say, Absol. Right? Bingo. Let me tell you why. Because we see he has the vision issue. Yeah. He can use the technology and we can actually see it work for people who may have medical issues. He is a musician and this actually helps. That's when it makes sense. That's what I'm waiting for. But then it's like, it's just consumption. Kylie, big name. We launch it with her and it like she doesn't need it. There's no real like life application for her. Whereas somebody's like, so me and Saul have built like a really good friendship over this last year and a half. That's who I'm waiting. That's every day when there's a new Meta launch. That's who I'm waiting for the launch for. Yeah. I'm like, that's who would make sense. And he's synonymous with glasses, like at this point. Well, even if it's not him, an artist, if you get what I'm saying, it's just like an artist would make where sense. It's applicable. Yeah, where it would make sense. Yeah. Speaking back to this idea of a product, because even you as an executive, somebody who's behind the scene, digital marketing, you've received tremendous praise. And then you've also received your fair amount of like public criticism. How does somebody even
behind the scenes deal with like this idea of public consumption or public criticism?
It ain't easy. Like, I don't necessarily think about it, and then somebody brings it to me.
Yeah.
Or they be like, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? And I just try to know and cut it off. Before, it used to be a conversation, and then I'm seeing my therapist 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. Now I'm not looking for it. It's going back to that free will thing of just, I'm not looking for it. And 2, I'm letting my ego go of people are allowed to have their opinions.
Bingo.
They're allowed to have their opinions of me. They don't necessarily know me. And I have to take that in too. These opinions are off of a perceived POV, a reflection of a person they think they know off of the internet. So do not take this personal.
Yeah. You know, I had to have this conversation with my team too. Because as I rise, of course, the criticism's coming. Like it starts with so much love, and then it just turns into hate quick.
Yeah.
And those are in pockets. That's not like the constant, but
yeah,
it's just the shit that people say about you can get heinous. Where it's like, God damn, like you know. Some days it's like, do I want to do this if that's what it come with? Yeah. But it's just overall, it's like I take that. I don't know them. They don't know me. So like. Whatever, bro. You don't even know who you're talking about or why.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that this is how I reconcile with it. My name is...
your fans, I got
my name is...
They love you.
They love me. You know what I mean? So the hate... But the thing is like...
No, they need you. When your fans need you, when I say they love you, they need you to agree with them too. Like, no. We're consensus. This is what we're going with. Yeah. And then you start to be like, but...
Somebody told me the other day, they walked up to me at the meet and greet, and they said, give me my marching orders. I said, oh, shit. I bet you niggas better be cool with your criticism and have niggas at your front door. Nah, but I this is how I reconcile with this. It's like, if I know what you're saying about me isn't true, I know you don't know me.
Yeah.
And this isn't a criticism about anything I've said.
Yeah.
This is your own thing you've mustered up about who I am as a person. My name has become a cultural currency.
Yeah, it is. And that's... And
I'm cool with that.
Yep.
That's big shit.
Yeah.
I'm popping that shit. My name is currency. That's cool. Yeah.
And that's just at this point what it is.
That's what it comes to.
It's the folks that don't know you. It is the folks that do know you. It's their experience. Okay. I'm not going to discuss my experience. I really don't care. And you kind of just go from there.
How do we, where are we at now? What's the care and civil business these days?
Oh my gosh. It's always civil. I'm super excited from the branding and marketing side. The talent on there, still continuing to work with Tiana. We have Shador, YG, and on the label side, which I'm excited, is a first for me. I'm working with my partner, Steve Carlos, is Max B. And, we have a number 1, number 2 single right now.
Bingo.
So it's been great. I've known Max since the Dipset days, and we've been in constant communication since he's been locked up. And the dates kept changing, and I was like, when you get closer to, we'll figure it out. And then just lined it up and made everything make sense for when he came home. So, we did the Jets game, Shador's game playing, make that a moment, and just everything else in between, him and French continuing to walk, and then he's performing to the BET Awards. And he's nominated for Best Group.
That's hard.
And so is the Clips. So
that's
same
hard.
category.
That's
so
hard.
I'm excited.
We'll be there.
You going?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing media.
Okay.
So
then I'll see you in the room.
Yeah. We got a show Thursday.
Okay.
And then it was like, well, it's happening during BET week, so it makes sense we could do
you staying this whole week then?
Yeah, I'll be here this whole week. Yeah.
So excited.
I was thinking about this. This popped in my head. I'm sorry. We'll rewind back and then we'll move on. I don't know if there has been a product, like a product that is birthed out of hip hop, like Beats by Dre. that being tied to Dr. Dre, engineering, headphones, that cultural product, I don't know if there's been a product like that. Just a cultural, like, not a song, not like a sneaker. Like, this is turned from like cultural hip hop staple to like now like fitness, you know.
Now that I think about it,
I don't know if there has been. I think that's one of one.
No, I would think, you know who had a shot, but it just too early. Dame would have had a product 101 because Dame was early on. He had Rockbox. That would have been something.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that Rockbox. He was
tech,
early on.
It was tech too. Yeah,
he was early on with because it was like an iPod kind of.
Yeah.
Dog and weed, maybe. That's
weed. Man, come on, son.
No, but the thing is, no, but Snoop, the product itself should count for something because Snoop is everywhere. You can walk into Petco, Walmart, like
Marathon.
Yeah, like
you walk into a fucking gas station and Snoop is in there.
Yeah, like
so black men.
Yeah,
he is
like
the most commercial. Like he's the most commercial.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, you're gonna have a Snoop in correlation.
Yo.
Okay, Snoop. I'm gonna say a product. Snoop is the Holy Trinity. Rihanna is the Holy Trinity.
Fenty.
Yeah, because just the Fenty, you know a girl has something Rihanna. Maybe lipstick, sneaker, underwear, clothes, something.
Bingo.
And Dre.
Yeah.
Jay-Z too. Wait.
Okay, but what is this Snoop? What is this? Okay, we'll talk about. Okay,
no,
I want to talk about
more Rock Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Rock Nation.
Because I think about Dre product, Beats by Dre, Rihanna, Fenty.
Okay, I get no, then Jay-Z, Rock Nation.
Jay-Z, Rock Nation.
Because Rock Nation technically is a product too.
Yeah.
Like, it's so many different subdivisions.
Those paper plane hats, I mean.
All the stuff and the hats and then the shoe and then it's like culture, it's the liquor.
Yeah.
You just know when you like
in the
air.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's Superman. It's like,
a thing.
You know, some fly shit coming.
Yeah, it's a thing for sure.
So Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Rihanna.
And Dre.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Last thing. You're with your expertise.
Yeah.
I walk in to your office tomorrow and I say, hey, you see what I'm doing? What would you do? What would you do with grits and eggs right now? I'll tell you what my vision is for Deontay Kyle, but not grits and eggs.
For grits and eggs, I can tell you that just the title itself from a more marketing branding opportunities, I would get you more things that fall into the title. Just, I'd be hitting Kellogg's. What's that Philadelphia show? They did
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Elementary?
No. Sunny. What was
Always
that
Sunny
show?
in Philadelphia?
Always Sunny, like whatever network they're on to do advertising with yours, just from the title alone, there's just ways to do certain synergies. And I think that are just very easy. That ingrains, that doesn't take you out of your comfort zone, and that just still flows into here comfortably.
Yeah.
And just helps with other guests.
Just Southern and black. Like, ooh,
Yeah, but then Kellogg's makes other things too. May it be...
I'm bringing Uncle Ben back.
Hey, look, it's an eggs. Look, I don't understand why you aren't doing FIFA partnered Waffle House World Cup.
I mean, I'm thinking.
That's what I'm saying. This is where you start. Like I would think of when you start thinking in like forecasting, like what's coming up and things like that. Yeah.
Silver. I need a.
But yeah,
Silver. Everybody
because grits and eggs, grits and eggs, Waffle House, all the different players and things coming in, having the conversation there. Go ahead.
Kyle Business 2027.
Yes.
A tough year in the gym. Next year, editorial Deontay.
Okay.
Bring me the brands. We put it on my back, son. Huh? Yeah, I can see it.
I like that.
I can see
Then
it
you
now.
know
The
what-
locks gonna be longer.
You can start that now. You tell Nike you're going into your training, because I say Nike just because you have it on, because you
I
have
fuck
the
with Nike
socks
though.
too.
I love it.
But like them, they have the training equipment, different things, help you through that process.
Hey, there's
Hit-
only one carousel.
Hit Meta. But look, you see how I'm talking in thing? You hit Meta for, you need the glasses, certain things, so you can record your process through it, you know, to let your viewers see. That kind of thinking and stuff
Type
like that.
shit.
So yeah,
Type shit.
that's going to be cool.
Clip that. Let's put that not on the internet for me personally. Clip that for me personally. All right. Well, the architect.
Yeah.
Civil. Thank you for
And
pulling
then
up
you
on
hit
me.
the Dove. Dove now loves to work with Black creators and stuff, because you're going to sweat. Sweat, your face is going to change. Pimples and whatnot, you need face wash. So Dove loves to work with Black creators.
Bingo. All right. Well, you heard it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. I know you don't do this often.
This
but
was fun, though.
I enjoyed this thoroughly.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Man, it's just rap. You know what I'm saying? I just want to rap, you know? I just want to rap, man. I just want to rap.
Fate was on my side.
Yeah.
Was my fate was on
Hey,
my side.
man. Yeah. They say without the proper labor, faith don't stand a chance. I put my faith in faith and stand on fertile land. I planted seeds that'll indeed turn into trees. Be forest and peace teas get printed to me.